My dear brothers and sisters, this past July 2019, I asked the parish staff, the pastoral council, and the finance council to begin work on identifying our needs here at St. Charles, especially regarding our mission to make and form disciples for Christ. The dozens of men and women on those teams represented a good cross-section of our parish, not only in terms of age, vocation, and experience here, but among their number also was representation from every single activity, program, or apostolate that takes place at St. Charles. We began studying the original master plan of 2007, the 2016 Archdiocesan Pastoral Plan for Growth Areas around Omaha, which included an extensive new Catholic school study for the Gretna area, and the survey results from the 2017 Disciple Maker Index, which was completed by over 40% of our parishioners, one of the highest participation rates in the Archdiocese. At the same time, we took stock of everything going on here at St. Charles and the kind of support it requires, both in terms of staffing and physical space. Concurrent with all of this, we've been listening to what the parish community is saying, especially from those individuals who are most involved and frequently found doing something here on the parish grounds each week. These conversations, questions, and the input we have received from the 2020 Building Project link on our website have been most valuable to the planning process. All of this study and data collection, in addition to our own experiences and observations, has confirmed the conclusion that our parish leaders had reached back in 2012. Our most pressing need in the present moment and for the immediate future is a building that can house classrooms and space for meetings and small group gatherings. The number of things going on here at St. Charles has increased incredibly, even in the last few years, so that we are almost constantly running into scheduling conflicts and space limitations. To give you an idea of what things look like during the week and how we have to get creative with the use of our space, here's a look at a typical night of family formation. As you can see, we create classrooms in hallways, in the gym, in the back of our worship space, in the kitchen, and in our tiny office meeting room. Even with all these spaces, we still cannot accommodate all of our groups. Some faith formation classes are taking place in parishioners' homes because we are full here. Not to mention, babysitting takes place in the north vestibule, outside the men's and women's restrooms, for goodness sake. Because our kitchen is one of the only public, standalone, completely enclosed rooms that we have, it is the most coveted space here for groups to gather and to meet. Right there, next to the fish fry deep fat fryers. Often, because of our tight schedule and lack of space, groups are scheduled back to back to back in the same space and have to quickly move things around from one setup to another. This is our RCIA, tearing down and setting up after a confirmation prep class on a Tuesday night. In order to meet the needs of the various groups and apostolates that meet here, the proposed addition to our facilities will include 12 classrooms or meeting rooms, some with retractable walls, so that we can create larger or smaller spaces depending on the need. In addition, we realize that the permanent parish offices need to be part of this new building for the most efficient use of space and to better facilitate ease in communication among staff, volunteers, and visitors. The lower level would include a dedicated space for youth ministry, as well as generous storage space, which is severely lacking at St. Charles today. Because we know that so much can change in so little time, we decided not to redraw the entire master plan. Instead, we limited our present planning to our present needs and left future planning to future parishioners. Keeping in mind that our future church needs to sit on the most prominent part of our property and to relate best to our present building, our new Parish Life Center will sit to the west of the gym. This has the happy advantage of keeping the spaces close to one another, and it also allows us to better utilize the full length of our present parking lot. While the current entrance will remain the main entrance to the gym and worship space, The Parish Life Center will have its own dedicated entrance, giving us better control over security, especially when children are present in the building. For sure, this is a massive undertaking, but I think now is the time to do it. If we hope to grow, not only in size and number, but also in faith and in our relationship with God and each other, we need space for worship, for community, for learning, for the works of mercy, for family. We are the parish family of St. Charles Borromeo, and so let us build our house, and with God's blessing, may we not labor in vain, but build something that gives glory to God.